All right, welcome back to Getting Sober, ... Again, my name is Jay, and today we have a very big announcement, but first, make sure that you're subscribed by hitting that subscribe button down below, and make sure that you give this video a big thumbs up before you forget. I always forget unless somebody reminds me. That's why I always say it at the beginning. And make sure to leave a comment for either me or somebody else in the comment section down below. You never know who you might be able to help by leaving a positive comment or just sharing your story. All right, now let's get started with today's topic, which is we just hit 5,000 subscribers. For many of you, you're probably new to this channel. We get something between 15 to 40 new subscribers every day, and it's a very humbling journey. You know, first of all, it's a serious topic, and I try not to be too incredibly serious when I make these episodes because I know that the way that I like to learn, the best teachers or the best mentors that I've ever had, or the people that I gravitate or listen to the most, are the people that are kind, that are compassionate, that are considerate, and then also too, the people that have the life experience that I can relate to. And I hope that you find that in this channel. And what I wanted to talk about today is kind of letting you know what we're doing here, where we came from, my humble beginnings with this channel. Back when all of the episodes were in color. When I started this journey, it was really about almost 3 years ago. I started in November of 2018, and I knew that I needed to get to a better place personally. I wasn't achieving what I wanted to achieve. I just kind of felt lost, and I didn't have as much drive or motivation or as much ambition as I was really hoping for, because I was spending a lot of my time just going to a job and then spending my off time doing a lot of drinking to pass the time, drinking to cope with the way that my life was, drinking because I felt guilty about the progress that I wasn't making in my personal life and in my professional life and in my romantic life. When I started making these videos, I was in a serious relationship. I was actually engaged back then. And I was in a relationship that had 2 children that were involved. So I played stepdad 5 days a week. And I'm not gonna say that my drinking is what caused us to separate, because it wasn't really ever an issue. However, I internally felt like I was suffering because I wasn't reaching what I thought or what I even believed my potential was. And I also started to feel it from the people in my environment. I started to see people maybe come and maybe go a little faster than I wanted them to. People weren't really sticking around as often. People weren't, calling to see how I was doing or texting to see how I was doing. I wasn't getting as many invites to things as I wanted to get. But at some point, you have to look within, start to ask big and serious questions so that you can get to where you want to get to in your life. I was definitely guilty of wanting to have my cake and eat it too. I didn't want to give up alcohol even though I was going to therapy, for example. But in that decision, I decided to start this channel. This was a way for me to be accountable for my own actions and to have transparency with regard to my own sobriety journey in a way that wasn't so anonymous, that I can look back at and keep track of, and then also maybe attract other people like yourself along my sobriety journey. When I started this channel back in 2018, I didn't know what direction we were gonna go with the channel. All I wanted to do was just make videos about what I was going through and what I was experiencing, and hope that maybe other people would relate to the message. As the journey continued to go on, I felt more like I had a bigger and bigger responsibility as more and more people started to show up. I never thought that anybody would actually subscribe to this channel. I thought that maybe at best we'd have maybe 50 people, maybe 100 people that would subscribe to this channel. And I never thought that people would comment on this channel. I never thought it was gonna be a possibility to do live streams with this channel, which it wasn't possible until you got to 1,000 subscribers. But we finally hit the 1,000 subscriber mark in April of this year. So we got to 1,000 subscribers in April of 2020, and now it's just July of 2020, and we just hit 5,000 subscribers. And that's amazing. I had no idea that this channel would get this big this fast. And it just goes to prove that you never know what's going to happen. I know that some of you started your own YouTube channels. I know that some of you are aspiring to maybe tell your story. I know that there's some of you out there that are hesitant to even jump into the comment section because maybe you're fearful of negative backlash. But what we're doing here in this community is trying to spread positivity. We're practicing positivity because for a lot of us, me included, I was highly irritable often, and I was kind of a grumpy, sometimes angry drunk, but also too, sometimes I was a manic and happy drunk. I never knew what version of me was going to show up, and that's why I wanted to do something to create some sort of consistency in my life, because I knew if I was going to have a better relationship, I needed to be more consistent. If I was going to have better and closer friendships, I needed to be more consistent. If I was going to have a better relationship with my family, I needed to have more consistency in my own life. I was tired of waking up hungover. I was tired of making excuses because I didn't feel good. If you objectively look at yourself and your actions and the excuses that you're making, the way you're behaving, and you really look at yourself in the mirror and you see your glassy eyes and your puffy red cheeks, and when you start to see how unhealthy you look from just 5 months ago or from a year ago, what a transformation that has happened to you in a negative way, that might be a sign that it's time for you to get sober. That might be a sign that it's time for you to at least start taking the steps with regard to the preparation for sobriety. If you haven't yet, watch episode number 87, which is the 3 P's of sobriety, which is preparation, practice, and patience for your sober journey. After that, watch specifically episode number 103, which is preparing for sobriety. I know that some of you have watched these videos before, but again, be patient with the newest members of our community, because again, like I said, since I've put out even say episode number 103, we have probably 1,000 new subscribers. Those people watched episode 31, which is the 20 benefits of quitting alcohol for 30 days. And that was their first introduction to this channel. Since then, they haven't watched Comparison is the Theft of Joy. They haven't watched Are You Struggling in Silence with Sobriety? There's a lot of episodes that we have here on this channel. I'm very proud of most of the work that we've done here. But again, we have to be humble and we have to know that we can't please everybody. And some of those people show up on the channel, but it's okay because I was also an angry drunk too. I was the type of person that sometimes when I'd come home drunk at midnight or 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning, I might find myself trashing people on Facebook or on Instagram or saying something negative or deleting people or blocking people or whatever. I'm not proud of it. And that's behavior that I wanted to get rid of. That's behavior that I wanted to get far behind me in my rearview mirror that showed my past, which I wasn't proud of. And when I keep talking about replacing your recent past and your recent history with better decisions instead of worse decisions, that's when we can look in our rear view mirror to life and our side mirrors of life. And we can, when we start our sobriety journey, we see a bunch of destruction. We see a bunch of sadness. We see a bunch of big bar tabs and regrettable decisions. And as we start to move further away from that, making more decisions like going for night walks or going for a walk early in the morning or going to the gym, eating healthier, watching some of these YouTube videos, reading books on sobriety, looking and taking a scientific approach to how alcohol affects our bodies, our minds, our spirits, our attitudes, etc. That's when we can then start looking in the rearview mirror and the side mirrors, and we start to see more positive changes. We start to see that what we've left behind us is far behind us, and what's recently behind us is something that we could be more proud of, so that when we look to our past, we know that there are still some red flags back there. We still know that there's still some burnt bridges back there and some flat and annihilated buildings back there too. There's definitely some apologies that we're gonna have to owe some people or to many people. There's probably some Thanksgivings and some Christmases there that we ruined. There's probably some perfectly good relationships that we spoiled. But the future hasn't happened. And every day that we wake up, we have another opportunity to make better decisions instead of worse decisions. We get to continue adding more marks in the column of positivity and give ourselves more to be proud of. Because like I said, I had no idea what to expect when I started this channel. I knew that when I started putting these videos up that people might make negative comments. I left the comments on. If I wanted to, I could have just turned the comments off. That is a possibility on YouTube. Some content creators do that. Some people just don't want to leave anything open for discussion. But I want you to discuss. I want you to leave comments. I want you to tell your story because I'm just me. I'm gonna be 40 years old this year. I know, hard to believe, but what if you're a single mother? What if you're married? What if you do have kids? What if you have 6 kids? What if you just have 1 kid? What if you're a dog person? All of those things, I'm not, but your story is different. There are people that were in the military that are gonna have relevant life experience. They're gonna have high pressure and high trauma jobs that other people are looking for in the comment section below. There aren't a lot of people that are making content like this. And there are not a lot of content creators out there that are encouraging people like you to find your voice and to find your strength so that you can let your light shine. You might be on day 1, or you may just be considering your first steps towards getting to day 1. But that light is still shining inside of you. That inner child is still waiting to come out and play when it knows that it's safe. Either somebody told you that they were getting sober, or somebody mentioned they were going to be sober for the weekend or for a week or a month, or maybe you're just scrolling on YouTube. Who knows? A lot of people tell me that they woke up one morning and then all of a sudden YouTube showed them this content. They showed that YouTube showed them this channel. And they wonder, is it a higher power? What is it? Honestly, it's probably your phone just listening to you, but you were probably having a conversation. You were probably having a conversation with somebody about getting sober. You maybe searched something in Google about getting sober, or what are the benefits of getting sober? And because the internet is a magical and also wild place, the results were delivered to your phone, to your inbox, and here you are. Regardless of how you got here, you're here. And the good news for you and the other 5,000 subscribers that we have so far is that we're here together. Whether you're 1 day sober or 1 month sober or 1 year sober, we're all here together. We're all sharing our experience together. I'm still learning from you. I still love to take constructive criticism, there's a difference, from viewers like you. I love and I look forward to doing our live streams. And as this channel continues to grow, we're gonna be doing contests, we're gonna be doing giveaways, we're gonna have chat rooms where you guys can hang out and you can all talk to each other and you can share personal information if you wanna do that, if you wanna email each other or whatever it is. All these things are possible and all these things are coming. And I wanna take this opportunity to shout out some of our favorite supporters of this channel so far. And I look forward to eventually meeting you all someday when we do maybe our first convention. If you're interested in that, comment below. Maybe like a little meet and greet. But we also, it's been mentioned in our live streams that people are interested in doing a Zoom call or a Zoom meeting so we can all maybe see each other's faces and make it a little bit more personable. So if that's something that you're also interested in, comment below. And before we move on any further, I want to shout out specifically some of our favorite supporters of all the years that we've been doing this. So I'm gonna cheat and look at my phone because I can't memorize everybody's names. So bear with me, here we go. Shout out to Sam, to Cat Mom, to K-Dot, to Chuck T, to King Shano, My Sweetie Pie, Food IQ, T Genie, Craig, Afro Sue, Marta D, Teresa P, CD, Donnie K, Mounties Corner, Patricia H, Ryan M, Brendy W, Daniel L, Nicholas RX, Kyle N, Justin R, Aaron K, Cherry S, just to name a few. And you might be wondering why I just did the last initials, because anonymity is important, right? And then also too, for some of you, you may have signed up for your Google or YouTube account and it just used your name. So my suggestion to you, for anonymity's sake, is that you should just change your name. And let me show you how to do that. So when you go to your main YouTube page where it shows you all the video suggestions, go to the top right-hand corner where your icon is showing and click on that. Then scroll down to YouTube Studio, click on that. And then the next page that comes up is your channel dashboard. And you're gonna go over to the left-hand side under customization there with a little magic wand, click on that. Then at the top of the screen there, go to basic info and then click on where your name is, whatever it's showing, and then change it to whatever you want it to be, like Dragon Slayer 69. And then you can delete your real name, and then you can go up to the right hand corner and hit publish, and you'll be all set. Change to something that's a little bit more ambiguous than maybe your first name and your last name. And in that way too, when you join our live streams, which we try to do as we get closer to doing a regular schedule, we're gonna try to do our live streams on Fridays, which is gonna be the biggest day of temptation for I think all of us, right? So we do a 2 to 3 hour live stream on Friday nights, and then we try to do a Sunday live stream at the end of the weekend. So again, you have 2 big days out of the 3 big days of temptation that we are going to do live streams. And then we try to do our episodes, our recorded episodes like this one on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'm thinking that I want to do them on Mondays. Comment below if you'd rather have our episodes be released on Mondays or on Tuesdays. And of course, moving forward, I'd love to be able to do live streams every day, because I feel like there's gonna be somebody out there who maybe just has only Tuesdays off and we don't do a live stream on Tuesday. I know that there are people that follow our channel from the East Coast of the United States, the West Coast, from the UK to Australia. We have people all around the world. And so far, we've done a pretty good job of being all inclusive to those time zones so that we can all be in the same place at the same time. Mostly the people on the West Coast are the ones that struggle the most because sometimes we do those noon live streams, and I know that that's 9 a.m. in, say, California, but we're working on it. And then also too, with our live streams, we've now made our live streams so that they're topic sensitive, as opposed to the first, say, 30 episodes of our live stream, where it just said it's a live stream on this day and time, and you really didn't know what we were doing with the live streams. But now that we have Sam as one of our moderators, Sam the moderator, and Chuck T is one of our moderators in the live stream, and King Shano is one of our moderators for our live streams, in addition to Cat Mom. So we have 4 moderators in our live streams. Sam has been donating her time to sit down and to write out all of the timestamps for our 2 to 3 hour long live streams. So if you haven't watched our live streams, or if you haven't participated, or if you felt like I wasn't there, so who cares? Well, good news for you, we have our live streams timestamped. So in the video description below, you can click show more, and it'll show you all the timestamps and all the topics. And if you just want to listen to one topic specifically or fast forward, you can do that. And you can also watch the chat transcript and see all of the people that were participating and what they said. Here comes an interesting point. Remember when I said that you can change your name, or you should change your name? So if you change your name today, right now, after this video, not yet, after this video is done, which will be in like 2 minutes, you can retroactively affect all of the previous live streams. All of the previous live streams, if I was in 30 live streams as Bradley Cooper is gonna change to Dragon Slayer 69 in all of the 30 previous live streams. So don't be afraid of participating. Don't be afraid of telling your story, because it's not just for me. It's for everybody else that's in our community. And it's for those people that are also just passively watching. Most people just passively watch episodes. They just passively participate in live streams. And what I mean by that is they don't like the videos. So there's your reminder, have you liked today's video? They don't comment on any of the videos, and they don't participate in the live streams, and that's okay. But I'm making it more easy for you to want to participate through anonymity, because I know that some of you also too have thought about AA. You've thought about doing the 12-step program, and you wondered if Alcoholics Anonymous is truly anonymous. But that's something that we have here in this community. I look forward to making tons more content for you. Actually, you know what? let me show you something. For those of you that haven't been in the live streams, I have not shown anybody this in any of the pre-recorded episodes, maybe one. But since there's so many of you that are new here to this channel, let me show you how many more episodes that I have coming up. Are you ready? Check this out. This is my note-taking app. Look how many episodes I have that I haven't even done yet. These are episodes that I've not done yet. These are all episodes, lots of episodes. Look how fast I'm scrolling. So many more episodes. We're not even running out. So there, we just hit the bottom. So you get the point. We have lots more content to come, many, many more episodes to come. I am not in danger of losing my sobriety. I'm not tempted at all by the thought of alcohol. And I hope that through my strength and through the courage of the people in the comment section below, which is gonna be you here in a minute, right? That you find your way, that you find your strength, and that maybe you find your voice, and that hopefully too, you will also positively affect the people in your life, in your immediate environment, in your work environment, in your household, in your family. Not by preaching, not by talking down to them, by just making the choice and the decision for yourself to be strong, to choose better decisions instead of worse decisions. So that maybe you'll run into somebody randomly out in public a couple months later and they'll say, "What have you been up to?" And then you'll say, "Oh, well, I actually got sober a few months ago." And then they say something along the lines of, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And then maybe you say, "Oh, I found this really cool channel, Getting Sober, ... again," or whatever. You don't have to give me credit. Maybe you were reading some of the books that are in the video description down below, from Annie Grace to Alan Carr to Russell Brand, whoever else. All of us are trying our best to help you become the best version of yourself that you possibly can. And with that, I want to wish you good luck on your journey, and I will see you in the next episode.